Microsoft is bringing Xbox Live to iOS and Android. What's up, everybody? Brad here, and there's been a lot of rumors in this space, a lot of kind of things bopping around or whatever you want to call it, but it's absolutely true. Microsoft today is announcing that they are bringing Xbox Live to iOS and Android mobile games. Now, there's a lot to kind of talk about here because it's a little bit more complex than saying, hey, they're just picking it up and just dropping it over there. That's not quite the case. What they are announcing today is two different things. They're announcing Microsoft Game Stack, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And then they're also announcing Xbox Live SDKs for iOS and Android. Now, what this means is that a mobile game developer can utilize this SDK or software development kit to get access to the Xbox network. And now what Microsoft is promoting with this SDK is that they will be able to use your identity, meaning you can log in using your Xbox Live account. You can also get achievements, improve your gamer score, or you do what they call hero stats. So the big basic components are there: log in, obviously, and then utilize your gamer store, your mobile games to improve your gamer score. And they're also calling this frictionless integration because, interestingly, if a mobile developer uses this Xbox Live SDK, they will not have to go through the Xbox Live certification process. So that'll be interesting. That's definitely a carrot to try to get people to jump into using this platform. Now, what else they're announcing here, which is also interwoven into this, if you will, it was called Microsoft Game Stack. Now, it's basically a bundling of existing services that Microsoft already had, but there's one key major difference. PlayFab, which Microsoft acquired about a year ago, give or take, somewhere around there, they're bringing in all that capability into their cloud service. No big surprise there, but the whole goal of this whole Microsoft Game Stack thing is to make Microsoft's development stack, everything from from Visual Studio all the way up through PlayFab, almost like a turnkey solution. Because what they're announcing today in public preview is PlayFab matchmaking, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can integrate PlayFab into your development process, and then matchmaking will just work. More importantly, in private preview, which means it's coming soon, but not everybody can access it today, is voice and chat services, telemetry. You can also do subscriptions, I don't think monetary subscriptions, not yet, but allow people to subscribe for information and notifications, and then also user-generated content. So this is when you look at the Xbox Live SDK, so you've kind of got these kind of touch points for the end user, right? The login, the gamer score, and all that stuff. And then on the backside, you have this whole massive PlayFab in Azure coupled in with all of the other game technologies Microsoft is supporting. The whole goal here of these announcements is to make Microsoft's platform more lucrative to develop on than, say, AWS or anywhere else. And obviously, Microsoft is hoping that if you're developing it on Azure, you're bringing that content to the Xbox, but it is not a strict requirement. Microsoft is just trying to make their development stack for game developers, I should say, the best in the industry. And PlayFab is a big critical part of that. And now that they have an SDK on iOS and Android, it makes it even more beneficial to develop for the Xbox Live platform, which again, they're hoping will mean it's going to be on the console as well. We also have the PC integration, which is existing today, and I expect that to dive further deeper. Now, the reason why I find all this so interesting is there's been these big rumors surrounding Nintendo, right? The Game Pass is coming to Nintendo, which I've heard isn't happening, at least not yet, not in the near term. My crazy theory here is if you look at what Microsoft just announced, they just made it real easy to spin up kind of online services on a platform. We know that Nintendo is really bad compared to Microsoft. And Microsoft and Nintendo, by the way, they're in each other's backyards. Nintendo of America is based out of Seattle. Microsoft is in Seattle. And I kind of, the back of my brain keeps saying, I bet Nintendo's going to switch to Microsoft services. The frameworks that Microsoft is releasing is making that a possibility. So it would not surprise me. That's my kind of big bet. I don't have any inside information other than the fact that I know Microsoft and Nintendo are working on something. But when you look at this SDK for iOS and Android, to bring that to the Switch, probably not that much additional work. They already have the Azure infrastructure. They already know how to do Xbox Live integration. They already have PlayFab. The bits and components are all there for Nintendo to build an online service based off of Xbox Live, or the Xbox model, if you will. And so there you go. So just dropping the news, iOS, Android SDKs to bring achievements, login, gamer score, improvements to mobile games if developers take advantage of it. We have the new PlayFab integration in Azure, which ties into the rest of the Microsoft Azure stack because Microsoft is trying to make their cloud service the premier place to build a game. And then what's Nintendo doing? That's the one that's keeping me up at night.